Clear my throat. Hi, everyone, and welcome to TWF Impact or Striker Hit. I'm Michael Cole, here with Ashley Williams and with Corey Graves. And today on Impact or Striker Hit, we're going to have the TWF Pennsylvania Reich winnings on the line, with Ricochet fighting Ronda Rousey, Michael Cole said. You know, the former UFC fighter and LW wrestler. I don't know what she is these days. Show player. I don't know. Well, I don't even think she knows these days what she is. You know, to tell you the truth, Ashley Williams said any look that anyone may have had for her kind of went down the shit bowl a long time ago, Ashley Williams says. Well, I wouldn't say that, Corey Graves says. I wouldn't say that. At the end of the day, she really doesn't care what others think of her, or if she gets any look from UFC followers or W followers or anyone else from that. So I know someone out there is probably like, oh, Ronda Rousey, why are you not putting your TWF team winnings on the line? Oh, you need a stand just to stand in a ring, because someone at Mattel, when they made this doll, made it where I couldn't made it where I have a stand just to stand in. Fuck. Alright. So the way I look at it is, I got this creep I got this man, I guess we'll call him man, because he is, Ricochet. A man who, by all means, beat me for my TWF Allegheny Earldom winnings. And here today on Impact, or whatever you want to call it, I'm going to get back at him. And I'm going to be the TWF Pennsylvania Reich winner. Allegheny Earldom winner again. So why don't you come out here, Ricochet? You don't even need to bring out your winnings. So, you want to have a fight with me again, Ricochet said, because I beat you already 2 times. And I know that you're going to say, oh, well, that was a wrestling fight. And if it was a wrestling fight, and if it was a wrestling match, and if it was a true fight, I wouldn't have the skill or craft to handle you. Which is probably all true. So smooth when you beat someone in one thing, and then they go around and say, well, you didn't beat me in this thing. Yep, that's about right. Yeah, you beat me in a wrestling match. You didn't beat me in a fight. Oh, yeah, and until you beat me in that, I'm going to get back my TWF Allegheny Earldom winnings. We'll see about that. Ricochet says, we'll see about that. Well, this is for the TWF Allegheny Earldom winnings. First, she is Ronda Rousey, and he is the TWF Allegheny Earldom winner, Ricochet. Now, if you're in this fight, Michael Cole said, and you're in the ring, and you're fighting a former UFC fighter, former UFC fighter, former W wrestler, who happens to be a former UFC women's heavyweight winner, former W Raw women's heavyweight winner, what would you do? Well, I guess Ashley Williams said I'd do what I did before, that beat her at her 2 times. So, and she's there got hip tosses already. And another hip toss down on Ricochet. Well, Corey Graves says it's not going to do very well. Oh, Ricochet got her down. Oh, and now Ricochet once again is going to do what he did before to beat her. Yes, he does. It's done here. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. here is your winner, and still TWF Allegheny Earldom winner, Ricochet. So Ricochet is still the TWF Allegheny Earldom winner here. And that's not going to make Ronda Rousey happy at all, Michael Cole says. Oh, no, it's not, Corey Graves says. Ronda Rousey, she lives her whole life being a winner, or I guess until things get hard and then she leaves. You know, don't let that come out. You know. Yeah, don't let that come out that she, has been scathed for being a quitter. She's been scathed for being a give upper, a yielder, I guess, if that's the English word for it. Ashley Williams said, as long as you don't bring up that scathing of her, then I guess you're good. Well, don't say that, Corey Graves says. You don't know all the things that happened. It was probably a hard work. Being a UFC fighter was probably hard work. Being a W wrestler was hard work. It's hard being a wrestler and a fighter at the same time, and hell, it's hard to go from being a fighter becoming a wrestler. But Corey Graves says, I don't think Ronda Rousey really cares at the end of the day about anyone scathing of her. Well, here is Gene Okerlund now. Alright, Ronda Rousey, you didn't win back the Allegheny Earldom winnings again. Ricochet still has that. How do you feel about that? First off, I just lost a fake fight. If it was a true fight, then Ricochet wouldn't have won. And I know that so many folks out there love to scathe fighters and wrestlers, put them down. Hey, I've been scathed and put down in both worlds. I have made foes, and I have scathed both sides. I scathed the UFC side, and I scathed the WWE side. I got foes. I made foes out of UFC followers and WWE followers. I guess I'm kind of the hated woman. Well, you do know, Ronda Rousey, that a lot of folks these days know about the inner workings of know that there's a big unlikeness between skilled wrestling and skilled fighting. So it would be unfair to say that it would be really unfair for someone to say that, oh, well, you only beat me because it was a wrestling match. And if it was a fight, you wouldn't win. Well, who cares, Gene Okerlund, about fairness and kindness and all that shit? You know, I bust my booty when I was in the UFC for many years, won the UFC women's heavyweight winnings, and I didn't get no on look. Then I go from UFC and I go to WWE. Bust my booty there again, and I don't get no on look, and then I become the WWE Raw Women's Heavyweight winner. So I guess I got effed over in both sides. Yeah, I guess, sometimes things don't work out the way we want them to work out, but you don't really have to be a creep about it. You actually think, but that's not all completely bad. You're still one half of the TWF team winner with Shayna Baszler at Team USC. Yeah. Somehow, some way, I'm still a two-time TWF women's team winner. If that really means anything. This sucks. I'm out of here. Well, that was my talk with former UFC women's heavyweight winner, former WWE Raw women's heavyweight winner, Ronda Rousey. Back to you, Michael Cole. Well, thank you, Gene Okerlund, for talking with Ronda Rousey here on Impact. Well, and next up, we got one of Zena's films is coming up next, so we're going to have to cut this Impact short than we normally would make it. But I guess being a 10-minute film won't be that bad. But that's all the time we got here. And for Michael Cole, for Ashley Williams and Corey Graves, we hope you like Impact, or Striker Hit, and we'll see you tomorrow for Friday Night SmackDown.